Ah yes, it's Tuesday and that can only mean one thing. It's another one-off of another craptastic game from Phoenix Games. Today we're having a look at Truck Rally. Now if you've seen the other ones in the one-off series, this is pretty much identical to the rest. So we have 6 tracks and 1 truck with 3 different liveries. So we have Salo Stadium, we have Snooton Speedway, Grand Mountain, Elsham Speedway, Lagarda Raceway and Green Valley. So we're going to do them in order, start with number 1. And this is our lovely machine. Now, look at the graphics on this and put it into perspective. This game was released in 2004. Gran Turismo 4 was released in 2004, so you can remember the graphics from GT4 and then look at this pile of garbage. It's... the mind completely boggles as to why they even bothered, but oh well. Mustn't grumble, I suppose. It's a game of some description, or a demo. So yeah, you got 3 different liveries. You got the brown and yellow, you got green and white, or you got just pure red, which is basically the poster child of the game. So we're going to do 2 races with this livery, 2 with the other one, and 2 with the last one. The options, I'm just going to keep exactly the same. The music, actually, I'm going to turn down, because the music in these games is rather obnoxious. Right, so Salo Stadium to start with. And all of these races can be completed in about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, if that. So this video I would assume is going to go for about 22 minutes, 21, 22 minutes, or thereabouts. So yeah, you remember the graphics of GT4, and then you look at this tripe. And look at the acceleration as well of the trucks, like 0 to 60 in Mach 4. Bloody terrible. Why do I play these games? Well, because you don't have to. I'm doing the world a service by showcasing these amazing AAA titles. So yeah, some of the tracks as well have been recycled from other games, you will probably notice. And, well, there's not really much more to say. The sound effects, well, these don't even sound like trucks. These are pretty much ripped off from Superbike Masters, which we've already covered, including the screeching of the tires, the engine notes. They do sound like ride-on lawnmowers, pretty much. But yeah, this is one of the last couple of games, I think, from Phoenix Games or Midas Entertainment. They're pretty much the same entity. 2004, I think, was their cut-off point, and then they just stopped. But yeah, I got about 5 or 6 other games of the collection to go through yet, so we're not done by any stretch of the imagination. So isn't that exciting? And once again, the speedometer as well has been ripped off from one of the Ridge Racers, or I don't know, one of the early Gran Turismos. Oh, come on, stay off the grass. The reason I kept it on medium difficulty as well is that it's just easier just to plow through the races that way. Again, though, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You don't unlock anything, you don't win anything. Once you get to the final race, it just goes straight back to the title screen and you're done. And that is pretty much it. So we got the fastest lap time at the moment as well, 46.36. All the tracks can be completed, or every lap of every track can be completed in about 40 seconds. So there wasn't really much in the way of imagination that went into this game. But the only thing that is consistent throughout every single game in their collection is that they're all incredibly shit. That's the only consistency anyway. So there we go, race 1 is complete, and again it just completely blacks out the screen. So Jock was second, Dave, Ray, Warren and Darren. Hooray. And then we go back to the title screen again. Lovely. So yeah, it just boggles the mind how late this was in the PlayStation 1 life cycle. In fact, the PlayStation 1 life cycle ended pretty much in 2001 when the PS2 was released. But no, they carried on making these games for years and years afterwards. Anyway, keeping the same livery as we go to Snooton Speedway, or whatever the hell this track is called. But yeah, there was actually 2 truck games released, one by Midas and one by Phoenix. This is the one by Phoenix. The one by Midas is slightly longer. It's got 8 tracks and 3 different truck liveries, I think. Oh no, it's got more truck liveries, I think about 6 or 7. And 8 tracks, so it's pretty much a copy of the game we've already covered, which is Stock Car Racer. The tracks are different, a couple of tracks are different. 1 or 2 are exactly the same. But all the physics, all the engine notes, the sound effects, everything are exactly the same. Why they decided to bring these out though in 2004, I haven't got a clue. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh my word, the audio clips is just bloody terrible. Anyway, that is lap 1 complete. We did it in 48.04. Get out of the way. But the record on this one is a 42.71. I think we can beat that one quite easily. Now, I have played a couple of other truck racing games like Formula Truck 2013 and so on. And if I had to make a comparison between the two, I would definitely say that this is more realistic than Formula Truck 2013. You know, the trucks don't understeer too much. They're fast. They top out at 193 kilometers an hour, which seems to be the sweet spot because every other game has a top speed of about 193 kilometers an hour or miles an hour. I'm not sure. It doesn't actually tell you if it's in kilometers or miles, but with the sense of lack of speed, I would say it's in kilometers. Surprisingly, we didn't beat the lap record. See if we can actually beat it this time. And are we going to beat the lap record? I don't think we are. Nope. No, I think we were just shy on that one, but we won anyway. So Harvey was second, and you got Rob, Lance, Dave, and Steve. Ah, where did they come up with these names? Eh? I think they're just all names of the people that were in the staff room at the time. And there we go, that is Snooton and Sallow Stadium complete. So we got Grand Mountain next. We're going to go to the green and white machine. And move on with the next 2. And that'll be the final 2 races, and that'll be it. Like I said, don't win anything, don't unlock anything. It is just a sense of pure disappointment and sorrow that you get from playing these games. But again, I keep making the same jokes like, oh, you know, what if you were given these games on Christmas Day? And you went back to school after the winter break, you know, for the start of the new school year, and you were talking to your mates and you're like, oh, what'd you get for Christmas? Oh yeah, I got Gran Turismo 4 and it was amazing. And what did you get? Truck Rally. Oh, that sounds really interesting. What was it about? Oh, it's just 6 tracks in 1 truck. You would be the laughing stock. You would grow up a very bitter individual if you were given these as a kid. You would never trust your parents again. Alright, Timmy, what do you want for Christmas? I want a racing game. Oh, okay, we'll just get you this. No. No, thank you. At the tender age of 11, you're going out to find yourself a job to buy your own racing games, if that were the case. But, yeah, these games, you know, whatever possessed the devs to think that these were a good idea? It's obvious that they've never played a racing game in their life, otherwise these would be slightly competent, but these are literally just cash grabs. They have to be. I mean, I would be surprised if they were all sold individually, which they were anyway, you know. I think these would be more suited to, you know, a compilation disc, like you would get on a demo disc, you know. You got like 5 different games in one. Like Action 52 on the NES or SNES or whatever it was. But these games, all they do is remind me of like the really crappy games that you would get on Steam before, you know, Steam Greenlight was deactivated, and then you have every Tom, Dick and Harry making all these really piss poor excuses of games just to make a quick buck. And most of the time they're, you know, scams pretty much. There was a company, I did have quite a few games of this company, that they would release these games in bundles, so I think it was like 24 pence and you get like 10 games. Yeah, and I had about 30 games in my library of this one company. I'm not going to mention their name. But then I log into Steam and like 30 of the games or whatever were removed from my Steam library. So I'm thinking, you know, what's happened here? And after reading up about it, it turns out that they were laundering money, or it was a massive scam. And Steam removed, I think it was 173 games or 147 games off Steam from this one company because of the dodgy goings on that was happening. So, yeah, these games are what reminds me of that. But there you go. Anyway, we're very close to finishing this game anyway. Oh, sorry, not game, demo. I always call them games. They're not games by any stretch. It still absolutely boggles my mind that this game came out the same year as Gran Turismo 4. It's like, why? If I was working for this company, it's like Gran Turismo 3 came out 3 years prior to this, and looking at game reviews and, you know, seeing the reviews for Gran Turismo 4, and then I would look at this and think, why the hell are we bothering? What is the point in making something like this when you have GT4 coming out in the same year? It just doesn't make any sense at all. Nothing adds up. But, oh well. It's all good fun, innit? We can look back on this and laugh or cry, or one of them. Right, coming up to the end of the first lap, and our lap time is a 45.68, so we beat the lap time really easily. Again, all the laps can be completed in 40 odd seconds, so I think the longest part you spend on this game is the loading screens. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, you do have different camera angles as well. So you have the normal chase cam, you have an internal cam, I was going to say in-car, but no, that would be wrong. So you got an in-truck cam. You do get some body roll, as you can see, going around the corners, which might be disorientating, cause a bit of motion sickness. And then you have this view, which is a bit naff, so I usually stick with this one. And we win another race. Hooray! Darren was second, and you got Rob, Steve, Ray, and Lloyd. Poor Lloyd, finishing last again. Right, the final two races, and we're going to be using the poster child, which is, of course, that red truck on the loading screen. And we're going to go to LaGuardia, or LaGuardia Raceway. I'm going to go to the red truck. And move on. So, these trucks kind of look a bit like Renaults, with the oval insignia. Of course they're not, but I just can't believe how crap the trucks sound as well. It's like, it doesn't sound like anything. And the acceleration that you get is just baffling, it really is. Anyway, so the lap record for this one is showing a 54.9. Probably do it in about a 45. If we're lucky. Oh yeah, the grass physics sometimes don't work. It takes a couple of seconds for the game to realise that you're driving off-road, and then it will slow you down eventually, so at times you can take a shortcut, and the game won't penalise you for it. But the turning and braking mechanics are still absolute tosh. And there we go, lap 1 is complete. And we did it in a 56.8. Oh, I think we might not even get into the 40s. But yes, we pulled away. There you go. They're second and third place. At least the draw distance in this game is fairly decent. It's the only thing that is. So no, the trucks don't disappear after they get like 5 feet in front of you. But then this game isn't really graphically intensive, as are the other games in the series, so I suppose you will get a fairly decent draw distance. 51.8 is the lap record that we've done so far. I don't think we're going to get into the 40s. If we do, it's going to be a stretch. Well, we'll see. We might be able to do it. We might. That might be wishful thinking on my part. No. No, we're not going to do it. Ah, that's a shame. We might. No. Well, at least we got a 50, so we were close. We would have got a 49. We hadn't gone on the grass or the gravel in the last corner. But Warren, Darren, Chris, Lloyd, and Jock. Oh, my word. You don't even get a replay function on these games either, which is a bit annoying. Yet some of them, if you're on a title screen and just let it roll, then you get like a rolling demo. And you do get like replay cameras, but not actually during the game. It's a bit strange. Also, this menu is a bit weird. You have to go up and down to select the tracks and left and right to select everything else. So, Green Valley then, the final race in this game. And it can't be over soon enough. So I think we might actually do this in less than 20 minutes. That'll be cool. I hope. You know, less time on these games, the better. And lap record then is showing 46.5. And go. Everyone is in the red machine apart from the two at the front. Get out of the way. There we go. Give us a little bit of a push. Take second. And take the lead. That really is awful. When you get the tires screeching, clipping the audio. It is bloody terrible. So what lap time are we going to get then? It is going to be a 46.48. So we didn't beat the... Oh yeah, we did beat the lap record. I don't think we would on that one. Well, proves I don't pay attention. My brain just sort of dies every time I play these games. I just zone out. And my body goes into autopilot. Just go into some catatonic state where I'm numb to the world. And then as soon as I turn the game off, my mind sort of like wakes up again. Right, final lap, 43.2. There you go, I did go on the grass there, but it didn't slow the truck down at all. I want to try and get into the 39 if possible. It can be done. It's a case of hitting your apexes correctly, like so. Are we going to get a 39? No, I don't think we are. 39 for just shy. 40 seconds though. And that is it. That is Truck Rally complete. So Harvey was second, Paul, Steve, Ray, and Jock. John, Paul, and Ringo were, or John and Ringo. Paul was already third, so yeah, there we go. And that is it. Truck Rally is complete. And, yeah, there is nothing else. Nothing at all. So if you go and have a look at the tracks, you don't unlock anything else as vehicles either. Still the same 3 liveries, and you get nothing in there either. You can center the screen. And yeah, there we go. So even the little screenshot at the start, nothing to do with the actual game itself. You don't get like a big rig with a massive trailer. This isn't over-the-road racing or whatever the hell it was called, that joke of a game. Actually, I think that had more premise than this, but oh well. I'm just talking gibberish. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here for now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I will see you next time for another craptastic, amazing game from either Phoenix Games or Midas Interactive. So, yeah, thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.